What is up, everybody? It's your favorite potato, Redundant 30, coming at you with an update from Behavior for Dead by Daylight, coming out in a week? 2 weeks? Something like that. Anyway, they updated some of the changes that they were going to make in the PTB, and I'm going to break them down to you in potato terms, and we're going to do this rapid fire, so let's get into it. So first, I want to start off with the perks that they changed. We all saw it coming as Survivor mains. Adrenaline was nerfed. I know. Sad, but if you're a good survivor and you run adrenaline, I think you're safe to say that this really isn't that bad of a nerf. All they did was make it that those sprint bursts that you get when the last gen pops is 3 seconds instead of 5 seconds, and then they also made it so that if you are on hook when that last gen pops, you do not get healed and you do not get the speed boost. Next perk up is Decisive Strike. So they wanted to add this cool little animation. Well, it didn't work out. It wasn't working, was making the survivor wiggle too late. So they took away the animation, but they did increase the stun from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. So it's a little bit closer to how it was back in the day, but it's still the same way that you don't get it at endgame. So just know that if you have Decisive Strike, you better use it on one of your first or second hooks if it's before endgame. Ultimate Weapon. They're changing it that it's a 32 meter radius around the locker that you scream versus aura revealing. I don't think that this was really that bad of a nerf. People are saying that, oh my god, the perk's dead. It's not dead. People are still going to use it, just like people use pain res after they nerfed that perk. Going on to the killer updates that they did. It looks like Twins literally got basically nothing. They wanted to change Victor and how he worked along with Charlotte, and they essentially reverted most of the changes that they did put into the PTB. Victor no longer latches onto survivors who are put in the dying state. He just latches onto you like he did before when he pounces on you and you're injured. Charlotte no longer gains haste when Victor is latched onto a survivor. I can't believe they even thought that was a good idea. And they still left in the switching between Charlotte and Victor speed, the ability to recall Victor, and they have some various add-on adjustments and base kit inclusions. So Twins mains, all 2 of you, I am so sorry that they said they were going to make a major change, and this is just a mid change for me. The Blight. Well, they changed some of his add-ons. Summoning Stone add-on will increase the initial rush duration by 0.5 seconds versus 1 second as it was. And Soul Chemical add-on increases the initial rush speed by 5%, and it was 10% on the PTB. So they did some nerfing onto some of his add-ons. And also, the biggest nerf is they took away his sliding tech. So, I guess they'll just all switch to Wesker now. That's what you do, right? You just switch from one S-tier killer to another S-tier killer. Right. Okay, got it. And those are the major updates that we're seeing for killers and perks. Let me know what you think of them in the comments. Obviously, I'm a Survivor main, so a lot of these changes, I don't really care about the change personally for Adrenaline. I think the Adrenaline change was coming, a long time coming, and I still think that it's pretty good. I don't think that nobody's going to stop running Adrenaline because it's 3 seconds versus 5. If you're in a Swift, it's going to be really easy to coordinate a save before the last gen pops, and then they'll just take you off hook and you run away. So I don't really think that that's a huge L in the Survivor Handbook. And we did get our longer stun duration for Decisive Strike, so I'm really excited about that. I don't personally use Decisive Strike, but there's some really cool meme loadouts that I could put together now that Decisive Strike is actually 5 seconds instead of 3. The animation, I didn't even see what the animation looked like, so who cares? Ultimate Weapon, though, is probably the one that I'm really, annoyed with, because Ultimate Weapon is annoying. Screaming every 5 seconds for 20,000 perks that killers have that make you scream is just not it, Behavior. Killers tell me that they get annoyed with the character screaming, hit me on hook, but then they're running Ultimate Weapon, Face the Darkness, all these perks that make you scream. So what is it? Do they hate the screaming of the characters, or do they really secretly just like it because it tells them where people are and they don't have to try hard? I don't know. You let me know down in the comments. I don't know how I feel about that change. I still think it's a pretty strong perk. Haddonfield, I didn't get to play the PTB this time around. I was taking a break from Dead by Daylight. And I'm assuming that they strengthened the middle of the street area. That's what they said they were going to do. And they were going to change some of the house looping because the houses were a little bit busted. And I will admit that the big house was still busted after the first adjustment that they made. So I'd like to see it in live game. We'll have to check it out. And lastly, they did a few updates to the store, the archive improvements. So those are going to be totally new interfaces that we're going to look at. And then they removed D-pips, and they also are changing some features with match details. So I'm a little bit excited to see what those all entail. I saw some of the previews for the store, and it looks really, really cool. It looks like you can kind of shop collections now, and that'll make it a lot easier when you're looking for specific items that you want to purchase. So they're also going to be changing a lot of the pricing. They're going to standardize a lot of their pricing. So there's going to be like, if you get a legendary, this is the price it's going to be. If you get a green cosmetic, this is the price it'll be. So that's really nice, is that they're going to standardize all of their pricing as well. But those are the updates. I'm excited to see them. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Like I said, I don't think the adrenaline nerf is that big of a deal. Decisive Strike coming back with 5 seconds is pretty cool, and Ultimate Weapon can literally suck my butt. So let me know down in the comments what you think. If you want to see more live content, you can feel free to follow me over on Twitch and kick.com. Both of those I have redundant30 as my username. And if you like the content here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'll see you guys out there in the fog. Stay safe out there.